Alright, hey, it's Mega here. It's the next day and the sun has come back up, so I think right now is the opportune moment to go and do this, alright? So, this is the best time to stick it on, alright? Because it's nice and warm now, okay? It's still freezing out though. Okay, so the last step is to apply a horizontal, I don't know if I'm really going to use this, man, but this is to apply a horizontal strip, alright? Of tape bridging the front and rear door gap. Okay, so I guess where you measured it before, just kind of line it up. All right, and then so once you put that on there, you can't open the door. So okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. I'm gonna put a piece of tape that bridges pretty much this measurement and this measurement right here. I guess it's just so so when you put the trim on, they line up with each other. That long looks good. Okay. Okay, and you should be able to see the marks you made underneath, alright? And that'll help make it straight. I guess I didn't do it right. I should have gone from one side to the other side. But okay, so that's kind of how we're gonna have it. Let me go mark this. Let me go make those marks. Okay, so according to this picture, when you apply the trim, you want the pointy part facing up, right on the front. So you can see the pointy part is right there. It's facing up. There's two different ones, all right. So this one here for the right side is the correct one, all right. You see how the pointy part is on the top? Okay, that's how you want it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put that on. We're gonna spray this with some alcohol, all right, and then just wipe on the area that you're gonna be installing it. So notice I'm kind of wiping it in one direction to get, you know, all the dust and stuff off also. This helps take any kind of stuff stuck to the paint off, any kind of chemicals that are on there. Okay, so there's the trim. Hazemeg is a little disappointed that there's a paint defect on mine. Right here at the edge, there's a paint defect, like there's an overspray or something. You might be able to polish that or something. I could probably do that later, and don't worry about it. Okay, so it's gonna go on like that. Okay, it looks kind of like a samurai sword. All right, so I'm gonna kind of do a little test fit first. Oh, the marks up here you can't see anymore. Hold on, let me fix that. So make sure you can see all your marks, the one that you're gonna use to align it. I'm gonna peel this back, find out where I put those marks. Okay, so, yeah, the marks you can't see, so. Looks like it's right here. The 7mm mark is right here. Okay. Looks like the 8mm. Okay, so I've remarked all the spots that we're gonna line up. Okay. So this is going to be the very edge right here of where we're going to, how far it's going to be from the edge of the door. All right, and then this is going to be our first alignment mark, and our second alignment mark is right here. So okay. I think first what I'm going to do is I'm going to use tape to attach it. All right. Man, I'm looking at this trim. It's messed up here too. Man, I'm not happy with the way they painted this, man. This is defective. Man. Okay, I'm gonna attach it with tape real quick. So just make sure that the edge is 8mm from here where you left the mark, and then you're gonna want to line up the angle. Okay. It helps if you get down on the ground too. Okay, so I'm gonna move this down. Alright, make sure that's 8mm from the edge. Okay, that looks good. I don't think it has to be perfect, guys. All right, and I'm going to line up the corner of that tape and the corner, this corner right here. All right, and I think that should be good. So what I'm going to do is tack it on with the tape. That should keep it relatively in place, that's what I say. I'm already kind of disappointed in the quality of these, man. It's not what I was expecting. I didn't know they were messed up when I should take them out of the package and inspect them before I put them on, okay? But alright, there we go. So that's kind of what it's going to look like. And we're going to go attach the back one now, okay? Okay, the good thing this one is in perfect shape. It looks like it's in good shape. So remember, you want the pointy part, all right? The pointy part of the katana facing on the top part, okay? So it looks like a katana. And so this one, I'm probably just going to put 2 pieces of tape on it to hold it. This is a little bit different than the way the manual told you to do it, but I'm going to do it this way. Okay, so I'm going to line up the edge right here. Okay. Try not to touch the mounting surface with your fingers so you can get oils on it. Alright, so I'm going to line up the mark right here, and line up the marks right here. And then make sure this is far enough where, okay, that's 7 millimeter, or 8 millimeter. Alright, and that looks like it right there. It looks like it's off a little bit, guys. It's actually got to be higher. So I think what you want to do is you want to line up the edge of the tapes. Okay. So like right there. I think that'll be generally. Okay, so there it is. So ultimately in the end, I think what I really use to line it up is that tape, all right? The last piece of tape that you put down, just make sure that the bottom edge of the trim, it matches that, all right? And that way you'll know it's straight, okay? So try to keep this aligned with this, all right? You can't really use the alignment marks anymore. I don't even know why they had you put that, man. I would say, man, if I was to do it again, I would say just do these measurements right here, stick a straight piece of tape there, and then just have this follow this. Like, I don't really see the reason to have that because we're not actually using that, man. Yeah. But I think the important part is you want them to line up, okay? You want the front and the back to line up how you want it, okay? And you could put it on any way you want, honestly. It's up to you. But okay, so there we go. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna start peeling the backing and then start pasting it on there, all right? And it says to work from the middle outward. All right, let's go look at the manual real quick. Okay, it says to check the alignment between the moldings by placing a non-marring straight edge flush with the bottom, front, and rear moldings. The edges must align. Okay, so we'll go get a ruler like it mentions. Okay, we got our ruler here. I don't think it's lined up. With the tape, it's not totally perfect, but when I put it on, I will make sure I line it up, all right? When I put it on for real. Because we're using the tape as a alignment, you know? It looks good. Yeah, I'd say that's good. It might be a little bit off. Don't worry, it has a little cork on the back, so it's not going to scratch the car. Yeah, it looks like this one has to go down a tiny bit, so I might move this one down a little bit. Alright. Yeah, this one has to go down a little. This side has to go down a little. So I'm gonna play around with it until I get the adjustment right with the straight edge, and then we'll tack it on. Okay, so Hayes Mega has decided I'm just going to go for it, okay? I'm not going to use that straight edge. We're going to use the tape as our alignment, okay? So we're going to try to follow the tape as best as we can. But I'm going to go put this one on first, and then we'll put this one on next, all right? Because the taping it like this doesn't hold it perfectly in place, like where you want it. It's going to droop a little bit, all right? So as you put it on, you're going to want to align it, all right, while you're doing it. And it's just to do it from the center out, okay? So that's what I want to do. I guess you could do it the other way too, but all right. It's kind of hard to see too because it's like super duper bright. Also, I want to make sure that measurement is right. The distance from the edges. Okay, here we go. I'm going for it. I don't think it's perfect, but I'm gonna go with it. I'm going to hold it on here as best as I can and line up the marks as best as I can, and then we'll start peeling this out. Okay, I'm going to line it before I press down on it. Shadow. Okay. It's on there. Okay, and we're just going to keep on pulling this. I'm going to make sure it's aligned here real quick, and then just start pressing down on it and peeling the backing off. Okay, all going, getting fingerprints all over it. It's not all pretty looking anymore. Oh, it's stuck now. I might have to lift it a little bit. Okay, and then there's one final one back here. It's got to come off. Okay. So it says to take a roller. Oh, oops, did I? I think I forgot to hit the record button, but yeah. So what I've done is I started peeling the tape. I used the ruler to align the back to the front, and then now I'm afraid this tape is going to get in the way, so I'm going to go and pull that off. Okay. I don't want it to stick to the tape. I want it to stick to the body. Okay. Cut that off. So the alignment was like not perfect, you know. Okay, and then we're just gonna go work our way out here. And so we're just using this part to help align it. Okay, and then there's this one last tab to pull right here. And work our way out. Okay, there we go. It is on there. It said to use 15 pounds of pressure. I don't know how you're gonna freaking determine what 15 pounds of pressure is, guys. Okay, but just, yeah, press down on it pretty good. Okay, so there it is. It's on there. It looks all right. You can check the alignment. I guess you can check the top alignment too. Oops, yeah, it's a little off. The bottom alignment is good. I imagine there's some. Yeah, it looks like it could be a little bit off, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. As long as it's close. It looks pretty good to me. It looks like it's bowing in the center. What is it doing? Because the body bows. So yeah. So the body flares out over here, so the trim is gonna flare out too. Okay. Also make sure you push the edges in. Okay, and it'll be good to leave it in the sun like this for a while. Okay, now you can start removing all that tape. You could reuse the tape that you used to do the measurements. All right, so I'm probably going to keep this one maybe. All right, there it is. When it's all said and done, I have to say it looks like this side is like a little lower than that side. For some reason, it's doing this curving, but it is curving. It curves in the back, so I don't know, man. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, it looks like the body's like dented. Like, yeah, if you look at it, it curves. So, but I think it looks good. It's fine. I'm pretty happy with that. It does kind of go downward a little bit, so I want to maybe make sure the back one is a little bit off. I lined it up as best as I could, so I guess this part lined up, but the back part didn't line up. So maybe you want to, on the next one, I might want to use that measurement right here to move it up. But it's kind of hard because it curves like that, so it's hard to get it perfectly straight. If you can get a really long ruler to make sure it stays straight. Let's look at the straight edge. Yeah, because it curves like that, it makes it hard to put on. Yeah, it is curving downward a little bit, but it's because the body is not flat. Right here, it bulges out, so that's what makes it hard. So maybe, I guess the next time I do the other side, I don't want to push up on this a little bit when we're going like that. So yeah. Okay, well, I tried. I think it looks good. It's a little bit off, but I'm gonna go do the next side, and I think it looks good. Pretty happy with that. It really sticks out though. But it matches the thing, so I think maybe if I get some black door handles, it'll look nice. It'll look nicer. All right, so yeah, that's this side. All right, I'm done with this side. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, and then I'll show you what it looks like, and then that'll be the end of the video. Thanks for watching. It's yeah, I'm kind of disappointed how the back one looks, but I think the front one looks pretty good. And the front door is relatively flat, the back door isn't, so you're gonna want to be careful for that when you put it on, but I think it looks okay. All right, here's me out. So before I start on the other side, I wanted to note the quality of these trims. So there's like a little thing of overspray here, like you can see it looks kind of dull. All right, and then somewhere in the middle here, yeah, right here, see, it's the molding isn't right. It goes inward or something, like there's a gash in it or dip. That's what I'm gonna say. It's not totally flat. You can feel it. Now you can't see it in the video, but I can feel it and I can see it. All right, so that right there and then right here, all right, defects is what I say. This one looks okay. I see a little orange peel. It looks a little wavy right here. So yeah, man, not the quality I expect from Toyota, right? This is a genuine Toyota part, guys. All right, but it is nice. The paint is nice. It's that same paint as the black trim, so that's why it matches nicely. Looks pretty good. Oh yeah, so another thing you want to do, I want to point out that the instructions are for the right side only, all right? They don't tell you how to do the left side. They basically tell you just do the same thing on the other side, so just do the same thing for the other side. Make sure that the 7mm and the 8mm, okay, are thing. You want to open your door and make sure it doesn't touch anything, okay? And I think it's fine. It's perfect, okay? If you ask me, I think you could have put this closer to the edge right here, okay? But there you go. You got like door protectors on your car. I know it'd be a pain in the ass to replace these though. I'm not gonna lie. I guess what you could do is you can get a dry erase marker and then stencil it, and then if you needed to replace it, you just take it out and put it back in, you know. But it would be kind of hard to take that tape out. I think the tape is like permanent pretty much. I guess you could do it with the heat gun. So all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, and then I'll let you know what it looks. I'll show you what it looks like. Let me out. All right, he's Meg here. It's about 2 days since since I last worked on this, all right, or I shot the last video, and I finally got all the measurements squared away. I kind of got messed up a little bit. For some reason, I thought this one was like 293 or something. I just couldn't read it properly off of the PDF file. The way it printed it, it looked like it was 293. So I went and looked at it again. Oh, it's 297. So I thought everything kind of looked off. I just readjusted this one. This one seemed like it was off by like 5mm. So okay, so yeah, but I got all the measurements. I've done it all on this side. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Like it's flipped, so you have to kind of figure out which way everything goes. Someone say, all right, because yeah, you just have to remember, like, oh, this one corresponds to that side, because the way the manual did it is supposed to be for the right side of the car, not the left side. All right, so you just got to make sure you flip it. All right, in fact, that's what you could do with the PDF. If you have some kind of PDF editor, flip the image. It will make it easier on you, and then just rewrite the numbers on it. All right, but here it is. So I've got my 301 here on the back. All right, and our 300 measurement right here. All right, and then we've got a 40 right here, and then I think these two are 297s. This mark right here and this mark here are 297. I've already put the tape over the other. There's 3 tapes under here. So, and then this is our 40mm for this measurement right here. Okay, and then I think this is the 7, or this is the 8mm and the 7. I didn't label it, but it is labeled underneath it. I put all the numbers here. So, all right, and then I think this one is like I think this is 293. This is a 293, and this is a 670 from here. Okay, so I think I got it. It looks good. it looks like it's straight, so I'm gonna go for it. So it's nice and sunny today, so that's an important thing. It's actually pretty warm today. So this is a great time to go stick these on there. All right, so the other one is still on there pretty nicely. We've had some really chilly nights lately. It was like 40 degrees last night. So this one is on there pretty well. Okay, and I think this one turned out okay. So we're gonna go paste the other one on there, and then that'll be the finished product, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. All right, so I'm gonna go do it. Here we go. Okay guys, there's the final result, man. I can't, dude, I'll tell you this, I'm not good at this. So this is just gonna kind of be more like a vlog than a how-to video, just show you how I did it and how it turned out type of thing, man. But I think this side turned out better than the other side, all right? The front looks straight, the back looks straight on this one. I don't think no matter what, it looks kind of funky in the rear. Like, it still looks like it's bending a little bit, because it is bending, right? Because the body flares out over here, okay? So it's gonna look funky no matter what, I think. Like, should I have gone higher, lower? I don't know, man. It looks good. For the most part, it's straight. So there's two things you can do. You can either use your two measurements, all right? This one and this one to keep it lined up, all right? So here's some little tips. I think I feel it's better to hold it, hold it here, all right, and then hold it here, line it up, and then make sure you hold this, all right, because this piece is long, it could droop, all right, no matter what. It'll droop, and then you might not put it on straight. So try to hold this side, and then start peeling this, and then work your way this way until you get to maybe about here. Then maybe you can let go, all right? Because if you let go, it starts drooping, and then you don't know if it's straight or not. Okay. So you can either use this measurement and this measurement, or you can use the tape. So my suggestion is put a long piece of tape, man, maybe like a foot. Like, this is close to a foot right here, all right? And then I use the straight tape here for my alignment, okay? So I made sure that this part and this part was lined up, and then I tried to make sure I can get this as straight as possible. And as you can see, is quite a bit off, all right? So I don't know. Honestly, it looks fine to me. So it doesn't bother me at all. All right. It could be facing up a little bit, but it looks fine. But then again, my driveway is on a slope, so it may look different when I park it on a flat surface. So, but honestly, I think it looks good. I think this side turned out better than the other side. All right. And then this side, yeah, I did the same thing. So I used the two marks, the 7 to 8 millimeter marks, to tell me how far from the edge. All right, and then all I did was I lined up this to make sure it was flat, and it looks like it is. Okay. And then I just worked my way this way, and I tried to make sure I held this part straight, all right? And then, yeah, if you let go on this, it'll start drooping and stuff. I think that's what might have happened on the other one, is what I'm gonna say. But this side turned out better than the other side. All right, and both of these have, see, it's hard to tell, but it's wavy. The paint is wavy right here. What the heck, man? And again, at least this one doesn't have that problem on the edge here. All right, but I mean, really, these are like door bumpers, or what they are. Okay, guys, that's what they're there for. If somebody opens up their car door and hits yours, it's like a bumper, you know. But it's also, you know, it's a dress-up part a little bit. All right, and I think it turned out excellent. I'm kind of debating whether I'm gonna get some black door handles or some kind of black door handle dress-up kit. I think it would look nice with that too, to add a little more black to the doors. All right, but I think it turned out awesome. I really like the way the black contrasts on the white. Okay. Another thing to note is when you take it out of the package, careful where you're handling it. Don't touch the plastic, okay? If you touch the plastic, if you watch me in part of the video, you saw me getting the alcohol wipe and wiping the back of it, the peeling, all right? It's because I touched it and I was like, oh damn, I probably got my finger oils all over it. So yeah, just try to keep the area as clean as possible, okay? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take all the tape off, and then we'll see what the final product looks like, and that'll be the end of the video. All right, thanks for watching. All right, ta-da, there it is. All right, there's the finished product. I hope you guys, I hope this video was entertaining and educational, you know. So Hayes Mega wants to reiterate, I'm not a professional body man, all right? I don't do this stuff for a living. And apparently I'm not that good at it, okay? You don't want me putting body panels on your car, okay? That's what I say, right? But this job isn't very difficult, all right, to install the body side moldings. it's just, it's kind of tedious in the measuring and everything, all right? And like, I mean, if it's me doing it, I don't mind if it's not perfect, all right? It doesn't have to be perfect, all right? It just has to look all right? And it looks fine to me. Like I said, this side turned out better than the other side, okay? Yeah, let's go take a quick look at it, and then that'll be the end of the video, all right? But yeah, if you don't feel comfortable putting it on yourself, just pay a shop to do it, okay? I don't know how much they charge though, so that's the thing. And also, I'm pretty disappointed in the quality of these body side moldings, all right? The other side had paint defects or like, you know, molding defects on it, all right? And so does this side, all right? This one, fortunately, there's only really one. No, there's two. There's two defects, all right? The molding is like messed up on both of these on the bottom part for some reason, okay? I don't know, what the heck, Toyota, man. It's like, but I mean, the paint quality is pretty good. If I had to like rattle can one, then it probably wouldn't turn out very good. So I'm hoping like these last a while, all right? It's a different color than the body of my vehicle, so I don't know how that's going to turn out in the future. I don't know if the black has like a clear coat on it. I think it does. I think the metallic paints have a clear coat on it. So like the white will probably fade faster than the black if I don't take good care of it, type of thing, okay? But I am planning to use F11 sealant on this vehicle, so take a look at that video in the future, all right? That's probably the next thing I'll do after it stops raining, all right? So let's go take a quick look at it, and then that'll be the end of the video. Okay, so there it is. That's how it turned out. Let's take a long look at it. It looks good. I wonder what it's gonna look like when I park it on a flat surface though. So if you can't tell, my driveway is kind of angled like this a little bit, all right? So there it is. We'll take a look from this angle that way. It's very nice. The paint is good. That's what I'm gonna say. This one did not have any paint defects, but it did have a defect right here, right? It's a little wavy here. I think that's the molding, that's not the paint. Or maybe, yeah, it could be like an orange peel type thing also. Okay, but there it is. It's super black and it's super shiny. Super black, shiny, and metallic. It's twinkly. Okay, I think that turned out pretty well. And then here's this side right here. It's in the shadow. So what you're gonna want to do is keep your vehicle in the sun as much as possible. I know this one is nice and cured because I've left this one out in the sun daily, okay? All right, that's how that one looks. Yeah, so that one definitely drooped in the back a little bit, but that's okay. It doesn't look too bad. Like I said, I think no matter what, it looks funky in the back because the back flares out, all right? There it is. Here's a close-up. They're already kind of dirty. Okay, so also another thing I wanted to go over is there's a little checklist at the end, all right, to make sure you did it right. If you messed up, it's I don't know, you really can't undo it anyway. So, but it says check visual alignment. The molding should be visually straight, all right? So let's just go over this checklist real quick. Okay, so it says check to make sure it's visually straight. Well, it looks straight to me. It looks straight. It says check for proper tape adhesion. Confirm 100% tape adhesion completely around the part between the body side molding and the door sheet metal. No gap is allowed between the tape and the vehicle door surface, except where the tape seam joints on the back side. Okay? So just make sure there's like no kind of tape sticking out. You can't see any sunlight or light on the other side. All right. So I kind of did mess up here. I left the tape on there, all right, and then the tape actually went into it, and I was like, oh, it'll be fine. And then when I tried to pull it off, the tape was actually the tape for the molding was actually sitting on the tape for the measurement tape, all right. So I had to like pull it, and it kind of pulled the tape off a little bit, all right. You might be able to see some of it there. I might be able to tuck some of it in there. Let me see. I'm gonna stick my fingernail under there and shove it up in there if it's sticking out. Oh yeah, I can feel it right here. but I think it'll be okay. There's a lot of tape on this, guys, so even if you messed up a little bit, and it's forgiving. Okay. All right. So I think that's fine. That's the only kind of snafu I had with it. All right. And yeah, you just make sure you press down on it pretty tight. All right. And then after accessory installation, removal of all protective covering. Perform a visual inspection. Ensure there's no damage, including scuff, scratches, was caused. Okay. So just make sure you didn't scratch your car. Okay. All right, and then that's all the checks. And I don't think I scratched it. And if I did, I think you could probably use a scratch remover, like a wax or something, to cover it up. I'm pretty sure it's fine. Okay. Okay, I also wanted to mention you're going to have a lot of waste plastic when you're done with this. And tape, balls of tape, all right? All right, so another thing I wanted to point out about my RAV4 Prime, now it has black body side molding. That is not a factory or like an optional install, okay, for a RAV4 Prime, okay. Any of the RAV4, I think none of the RAV4s have black body side molding. So now, if I parked my RAV4 Prime right next to another RAV4 Prime, a super white one, I'll know, hey, that one is mine because mine has the black side molding on it. Okay, that's how I know. All right, because it's hard to tell them apart, you know. I parked right next to another RAV4 Prime. I couldn't tell it was mine, other than the license plate was different. Okay, so yeah. All right, there it is. Thanks for watching. Yeah, now we got a special colored RAV4. So I'm glad I went with the black instead of the white. All right, but I could have easily just gone with the white. Probably wouldn't be able to tell it's on there, you know, or probably another different color. But I think the black was the best color, all right, because this car has black trim pieces, okay, and I like it a lot. All right, here's we go.